Hello everybody and welcome back to Analog Vernacular. Today we're going to be playing some Fire Emblem Three Houses, and we are going into the final chapter today. So I wanted to talk about something before we got into this, and talk to you all about some of the fears that I have. Just so you all know, it's Christmas Day that you're going to be watching this. I'm recording it a couple days early, obviously, but it is Christmas Day today, and so I do have a request of some of my most fervent and loyal viewers. So let's just talk about this for a second. I'm getting close to ending the final run of this series. And obviously Fire Emblem has been a huge thing in my channel. And I gotta be honest, I'm a little bit scared when I finish this series. Because Fire Emblem is my most popular series on this channel. Frankly, what it comes down to is that a lot of people find me and they come to me for that one thing. They come to me for this one series, Fire Emblem. And I totally get that. Like, people generally, they come to my channel, they watch Fire Emblem, when they're done with Fire Emblem, they leave. I can see this with almost every single series that I have. If I look at the finale episode of any single one of my Fire Emblem routes, or Persona 5, or Persona 4 Golden, whatever it is, on the last episode, there are always subscribers lost. In other words, they get to the end of a series and they leave the channel. And that has me concerned, right? Because I'm finishing one of the most popular series that I have on this channel. I've played through every single route, and when I get to the end of it, I may lose people. And I totally get that. You know, some people, they're not interested in anything else on the channel. They come here, they get what they were looking for, they leave. And that's totally fine. But what I would like to do is I would like to ask that, you know, basically as a Christmas gift to me, what I would like each of you to do who are watching this is just, after you're done watching this, sometime this week, sometime next week, I don't really care when, just sometime in the immediate future, go and check out the first episode of one of my other series, just to see if it'd be something that interests you. That way, I just want to ask and see if people will go and check out some of my other series on the channel. If you're not interested, that's totally fine, but I just wanted to get people to cross-pollinate into other series on my channel, just because I want people to experience some of the other games that I'm playing, because I'm having a really good time with a lot of them. There are many series on my playlist page that are listed as complete. In other words, that means that that's been fully recorded, everything's been released, you could watch the whole playthrough. So some people, you know, they don't want to start a series that isn't complete yet, and if you're one of those people, I have a bunch of playthroughs that are fully complete and are really quite a lot of fun to watch. I think that I already do have quite a decent amount of cross-pollination between the people who watch Fire Emblem and my Persona series. I have Persona 4 Golden that's complete on the channel, and I have Persona 5 Royal on the channel. There are lots of similarities between this game and that game that I think a lot of people are able to connect with, so that is one that I have noticed I did have really good viewership on. So, you know, go and check that out. I've also got other things, like some of my least popular series are some of the more AAA games, let's say, just because I don't feel like they fit into the same category as things like Fire Emblem, right? They're more Western rather than Japanese-based games, and that means that they're going to be quite different. So, like, things like Cyberpunk 2077 doesn't have as good of a viewership. Ghost of Tsushima, Spider-Man Miles Morales, we've got things like Wasteland 3, which is a CRPG that is really, really good. There's all sorts of stuff. The Last of Us Part 2, yeah. So I've had plenty of series over the last, 2 years that I've released and finished, and ones that I'm currently working on as well. So, I'm just asking you to check out one of them. So that will be my Christmas gift, and I would really appreciate it if you guys would do that. I'm not even going to ask you to do anything else. Basically, all I want people to do today, for me, for Christmas, is to check out at least one other series on the channel that you haven't checked out yet. So, thank you all for doing that, and let's get into it. No more wasted time, let's go.
Part 2. Verdant Wind.
I like that title.
Verdant Rain Moon. Fódlan's New Dawn. With the destruction of Shambhala, the ambitions of those who slither in the dark are forever shattered. However, Rhea has suffered grievous injuries in the process. Yet, certain mysteries remain unsolved, so Claude and the others approach Rhea, who is now confined to her room due to her wounds.
Okay, let's get some answers, girl. We might actually start off this month with some really interesting answers from Rhea. I feel like we're about to get a lore dump. Not sure if it's going to come now or at the end of the month, but I think we're going to get at least some of it right now.
I am happy to see you two.
Sorry to interrupt your rest.
I love this, simple
but
look
there are
of
some
hers
things
right
that
now.
we absolutely must ask you.
It seems I do not have much time left. I do not intend to hide anything any longer.
Rhea, I have to ask, you're the Immaculate One, aren't you? If what I'm thinking is correct, that's what the Children of the Goddess is referring to. In other words, you...
I am the last child of the progenitor god. A long time ago, the progenitor god came from somewhere far away and descended upon this continent.
Interesting. Now, here I was under the assumption that Flayn and Seteth were also children of the progenitor god. But she's saying she's the only one left.
She changed her form to resemble that of a human and gave her own blood to birth her children. The progenitor god and her children shared knowledge and skills with the people of the land. Together, they built a prosperous civilization. But the humans turned their backs on the teachings of the progenitor god and engaged in senseless wars.
Like we do.
Eventually, people began to think of themselves as gods and challenged the progenitor god herself to battle. The land was scorched in the war that ensued, and the majority of humans were annihilated.
Oh, damn.
I believe that those who slither in the dark are the descendants of those who retreated beneath the ground during that time.
So those who slither are the remnants of the humans from that time. See, I wasn't sure if they were going to be blood related to Sothis in some way or not. They seem to have extra powers, right? But they may have been getting that from the blood of Sothis through the children of the progenitor god or Sothis herself or whatever. Okay.
So they'd been waiting all that time for their chance at revenge.
It took the progenitor god an astonishing amount of time to revive the ravaged world. But eventually, the continent found peace again, and the progenitor god, having fulfilled her duty, fell into a long slumber in the Holy Tomb.
Oh no.
The children who stayed behind built a settlement in Xanadu to protect the Holy Tomb as they quietly lived out their lives. But then, Nemesis appeared, bringing tragedy along with him. Even now, I cannot forget the sight of that massive canyon painted red with blood. I was never able to forgive those who proudly wielded weapons crafted from the corpses of my brethren.
Okay. So, yeah, we kind of already surmised that these weapons were made from the children of the goddess or Sothis herself. And I think we know of one of them that's made from Sothis, and that really indicates some tragedy that's about to be told to us, doesn't it? Okay. So there was a war long ago. Humans versus Sothis' children. The humans lost. They became those who slither. Lots of time passes. Those who slither come back. Obviously, so the humans basically are ancestors of those who slither. That's like basically what's implied. Almost all humans were wiped out. They retreated. That's those who slither. Nemesis, eventually, another human, comes back. Are we supposed to believe that Nemesis is one of the children of the goddess, or is he a human? That I'm unaware of. It seems to be that he's supposed to be human, which would mean that he's from those who, like, he's part of whatever's left of those who slither, who have been, you know, gaining numbers over the years, supposedly. Right? Then they come after, you know, Xanadu, and the canyon is painted red with blood. Okay. They created weapons from the children of the goddess, who are individuals who can turn into beasts, pretty much, but also have a human form. Can have a human form. Just like Sothis.
I was the only survivor of Xanadu, and all I could do was wander across Fódlan, clinging to my desperate desire for revenge.
Okay, so she's really the only one left. That's freaking tragic. So Rhea is living in a world amongst just the descendants of the people who destroyed everything she loved. The fact that she hasn't killed us all is kind of amazing, honestly. When you think about it, desperate desire for revenge. Like, that could have been towards all of humanity. Let's see where this goes.
I called myself Seros, fostered the founding of the Empire, and prepared to oppose Nemesis and his followers.
Unbelievable.
So she helped found the Empire, too,
I put Xanadu behind me to gather the remaining children who were scattered across Fódlan.
So there are some of you left. What? You can't say you're the only one and then, and then say that. Come on, girl, you give me mixed signals.
Finally, we killed
It's
Nemesis
just sloppy
on
writing.
the Tailteen Plains, and I took back the sword of the Creator.
So they killed Sothis as she slumbered down there, and then made the Sword of the Creator. Damn, that's dark. I mean, girl, you're really bad at telling stories because you're leaving out the important parts. Like, what? I get it. Like, there's a theme throughout this game of, like, putting some of the pieces together yourself, but there's a point where, like, you should probably just kind of, like, lay out some of this shit. Now's the time. Okay. I'm like trying to piece everything together here at the last minute because they're doing such a sloppy job of telling the damn story. So there are some of them remaining. There are children of the goddess remaining. So maybe Flayn and Sedith are remnants. And then we've met some of the other ones as we've run into some of the others along the way. And they call us beasts because we're descendants of those who slither, who destroyed them. Like, yeah, wow, okay. Yeah.
Let me get this straight. Saint Seros is you? You're kidding me,
We figured
right?
that one out a long time ago.
Professor, Claude, there's something you need to hear right away.
If you have something to report, do so at once. There is no need to let my presence worry you.
As you wish. We're receiving a constant stream of express messengers from cities to the east. They claim that an unidentified military force is attacking, and that there have already been a large number of casualties.
What?
The reports indicate that the cities and towns along the East Gronder thoroughfare in the Old Rim territory have already been destroyed. Some villages were razed completely, leaving no survivors.
Damn it! Did they come from Shambhala? Could it be that there were some remnants of that wicked group hiding there?
I
have a report. The unidentified military force has crossed the Great Bridge of Murden. Alliance forces met them in battle, but it seems they have already broken through.
They've already made it so far.
Oh, damn.
Is
The
Count
Alliance is
Gloucester
getting
unharmed?
wrecked right now by these guys. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
The Count is fine.
Okay.
But
Okay.
apparently my brother joined with reinforcements and was gravely injured.
Oh, dear.
Do you mean to tell me they easily got past a general as skilled as Holst?
They say the enemy general has a weapon that resembles the Sword of the Creator. Even my brother was powerless to stop him.
Come again? A weapon that resembles the Sword of the Creator? They made 2 of them? They made 2 of them?
That's not possible.
The enemy forces are flying a banner bearing the crest of flames as they continue their march west along the Aramid River.
We believe they're marching toward Garreg Mach. We are preparing to meet them in battle.
A weapon that resembles the sword of the Creator. And banner bearing the crest of flames.
Oh, damn,
There is
dude.
only one explanation. The one leading the enemy force is Nemesis himself.
You're gonna have to explain that one to me. How is he still alive, girl?
Nemesis? That Nemesis? Do you really think the ancient king of liberation has been brought back to life?
Perhaps the seal was broken when Shambhala fell. An incredible power that we children cannot hope to match dwells within the blood of the progenitor god. Nemesis obtained that blood, so it would not surprise me if that were the case.
The blood of the progenitor god. That's right. He did take the remains from the holy tomb, didn't he?
From the blood of the progenitor god, Sothis, he acquired the crest of flames. From her bones and heart, he crafted the sword of the Creator.
Interesting. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm having to reread this again to process. The seal. So he was sealed away. Probably by her. After that fight. Because he had the blood of the progenitor god. Similar to me then, right? Technically, I kind of am the progenitor god now, so yeah. Nemesis obtained that blood, so it would not surprise me if that were the case. Yep, we also have the crest of flames. From her bones and heart, he crafted the sword of the Creator. Technically, the center of our sword should be her heart, right? So, oh man.
The sword of the Creator is made from her bones and heart?
The heart of Sothis is the crest stone that was placed in the sword of
Yeah,
the
so how does he have another
The
one?
same is true of the crests of the 10 elites and the
Gosh,
other
that's so
crest
dark.
stones. They were born of the blood and hearts of the progenitor god's children. Those who slither in the dark created them, stole them. Sothis never gifted that power to the humans.
The crests of the 10 elites, the crest stones, and the heroes' relics. I can't believe those who slither in the dark made them all. And after that, Nemesis used the sword of the Creator to massacre all of the progenitor god's children in Xanadu. In other words, the citizens of Xanadu were killed by weapons made from the remains of their brethren. How atrocious. But I don't get it. The sword of the Creator that Teach wields doesn't have a crest stone. So how is Teach able to wield its full power?
Interesting.
The crest stone of the progenitor god dwells within your professor.
It still doesn't answer how there's another
After I battled with
sword,
Nemesis
though.
as Saint Serus, I reclaimed the heart of Sothis.
Okay, that makes
I
sense.
wanted to use that heart to resurrect her.
Which is what I
Even
am.
though I had to do some questionable things to achieve that goal, I wished to see Sothis, my mother, once more.
placed her heart in me.
Yes. I believed that if I could resurrect my mother, I could regain all that had been lost.
So maybe the one that Nemesis has is like a weaker version of it, because it doesn't have the crest stone, right?
So, that's the truth of it.
I suspected that your body housed the consciousness of Sothis.
Kinda.
Those suspicions were correct. And yet, she merely gave you her power and vanished.
Allowing me to still be my own
dearest
person.
Wish did not come true. But you did inherit the power of the progenitor god. Now, you must use that power to defeat Nemesis once and for all. Fódlan's blood-stained history must end.
Wow. Wow. Okay. Alright. So, EDI supporters, you gotta help me out here. I'm just gonna piss people off doing this, but you gotta help me out here. You're telling me that Rhea is the bad guy. I don't get it. I don't get it. I understand she lies about the church a little bit and the history. Her revenge is towards those who slither, right? So basically, she's kind of using her power to get revenge, essentially. Like, that's her goal, right? Is to destroy those who slither in some way or other. So she lies about the history. Maybe unnecessary, right? Perhaps unnecessary. I would say that it probably is unnecessary to lie to that degree. But she fears that humanity could turn against her again like they did in the past. So I guess that's a completely founded fear. She went through a lot of shit. She lost everything. Literally everything. Like, she could have just wanted to have destroyed humanity, right? She didn't. She worked with humanity, and she's only after those parts of humanity that destroyed her people. So, I mean, relatively speaking, EDI is what she fears the most, right? Yeah, so I mean, her fears are totally founded because we've got somebody like EDI who's like, oh yeah, okay, you know, these other beings are running our society, let's destroy them. And that's exactly the type of thing that Rhea would fear, that Seiros would fear. I mean, I just don't see where that viewpoint is valid knowing what we know. And perhaps, you know, being in a state where you don't have all that knowledge, EDI has half knowledges, right? She's being controlled by those who slither. She's basically their puppet. Let's be real, she does not have as much agency as she likes to think she has. In her route, I mean, she eventually gets those who slither too, but it's pretty sloppily done. It's kind of lazy writing when it comes down to it. So, I know I'm talking a lot, guys, but like there's a lot of information that I've kind of like that I've got now that I'm trying to put into the whole narrative. And EDI shit doesn't hold up to scrutiny. It doesn't. It just doesn't. Especially when you just look at the way she's being controlled by those who slither. People who originally destroyed the progenitor god and her people, and now are trying to finish the job. And it's like you can say, yeah, those who slither, it's a tale of revenge, right? It's cyclical. So, people rise up, like EDI wants to right now, at a time when the progenitor gods are vast and have a lot of power, right? The progenitor gods win and almost completely annihilate humanity. So they go underground. Then humanity comes back with Nemesis and they slaughter her people, right? So it kind of swings the other direction. Now, Saros could go the same route. She could say, okay, let's find all of my people, and let's destroy all of humanity. These people who destroyed my people. But she doesn't do that. Her goal isn't to destroy all of humanity. It's to destroy the people underground who orchestrated that, right? The ones that live a long life. So Edie wants to destroy Rhea because she lives a long life and has great power over Fódlan. But the way she uses that power is completely different than those who slither, who did the same exact thing. They lived a long life, they have knowledge, they gained power in Nemesis' time, and they destroyed everyone. They just obliterated an entire species of sentient individuals. Rhea is not that. So there's a huge difference between the two. Huge difference. And yeah, there's definitely gray areas in there that you can argue and you can make a point about. But it doesn't add up when you have Rhea trying to do the same thing. She's literally trying to erase a species, right? And it's based off of incomplete knowledge. So maybe you can give her a little bit of the benefit of the doubt because she doesn't know the entire picture, right? But since I do know the entire picture, I couldn't in good conscience support her in any way ever, forever. There's no way I can support Edie. Did I say Rhea a second ago? I may have flubbed and said the wrong name. I meant Edie. You can't support Edie with the knowledge that we have, right? Right? Help me out here. Help me out here. Oh my goodness. Wow, okay. We're almost half an hour in, and we've done nothing but, like, talk lore. So I think maybe we should probably get moving. Wow, okay. Dislikes are incoming. They always do whenever I'm even a little bit critical of Edie. I get it, guys, but, like, seriously, you give yourself a bad look when you literally just cannot stand to not dislike a video that's critical of your princess, okay? It's really, really childish, in my opinion. It's like, if you want to have a conversation with me and talk about your point, that's fine.
Thank you so much.
But just because you disagree with me and you dislike my video, I don't know. That seems a little childish to me. I know some of you will do it anyway. That's fine. It's your prerogative. But I would prefer it if you had a conversation with me in the comments. Because, that's more valuable.
So much.
I'm okay talking about it because you might have good points that I'm not thinking about, right? You may have great points that I'm not thinking about or taking into consideration. But to just sit there and dislike the video, I don't know why that irritates me so much. It just does. It just does. People who dislike a video because of a disagreement on, just,
Hey,
yeah.
Listen up. I've got something to report.
It bugs me.
A nosy little bird
Feels
told me
childish.
some undead jerk is coming to attack us. That's just silly, though. Pure silly. On a personal note,
Don't take it personally is what I'm getting at.
Chewing on an idea. Marriage. I'm thinking of getting hitched. If I do, I may have to move up top. I'd like to leave this place on my own 2 feet, not in a body bag. I want to live. For her.
Nice, Abyss Keeper.
So, please win this one, Professor. Do it for all of us.
Well, that's a nice story ending for him. He's like, hey, if we win this and we all survive, I'm going to go get married. Good for you, buddy. You do that. I never used this, did I?
Now let me see. I expect much from this one. Yes, indeed.
So I guess this is a way without using wikis to kind of like see where people's growths are strongest. So strength is actually a weak point for me. I did not get a lot of growth there.
Now let me see. I expect much from this one. Yes, indeed.
Magic growth and dex, okay.
Now let me see. I expect much from this one.
HP
Yes,
growth and
indeed.
speed. Surprisingly good strength growth, apparently. Even though it's not that high.
Now let me see.
Dude.
I expect
Of course.
much from this one. Yes, indeed.
Of course,
now, let
Ross.
Me see. I expect much from this one. Yes. Now let me see. I expect much from this one. Yes. Now let me see. I expect much from this one. Yes, indeed.
Is there an S ranking on these? I wonder.
Now
I wonder
let
if
me
anybody's
see.
going to get an S. So far, it's been
I
all
expect
A's.
much from this one.
For
Yes,
main team.
Indeed. Now let me see. I expect much from this one. Yes, indeed.
All right, let's
Now
look
let
at
me
somebody
see.
who's
I see this
not
one has gained
used.
some experience.
Yeah, okay. Just to kind of get like a baseline. I'm guessing that like all of our main party
let
is just
me
going to be A's.
I expect much from this one. Yes, indeed. Now let me see.
If anybody were
I
to get an
expect
S, it'd
much
probably
from
be
this
you,
one.
right?
Yes, indeed. Now let me see. I expect much from this one. Yes. Now let me see. I expect much from this one. Yes, indeed.
Not
Now
bad,
let me
Constance.
see. Ah, yes. This one's growth is fare thee well.
I'm guessing that that's kind of like maybe showing you relative to where you are in the story, just to kind of like show you which characters are like doing the best, I
Throughout
guess.
my life, I'm always calculating, always trying to suss out what will happen next. But this? I never could have predicted Nemesis rising from his grave and coming to kill us all. Who'd have figured, you know?
Right? I mean, apparently I didn't either, even though I probably could have guessed.
Then again, if I were able to predict everything, life would be a drag. I intend to lean into the chaos.
In the end, I guess it's a good thing Holst isn't joining us. If Nemesis could rough up my buddy that bad, he must be tough as hell.
We'll win.
Damn straight. Between the two of us, we can't lose. Not to mention our allies. Death has nothing on us.
Think of it this way,
I swear
Balthus.
to avenge Holst. Huh? He doesn't have to be dead to be avenged. Don't play semantics with me.
Sorry, Balthus. I must have given him a look, huh? Must have given him a look when he said that. Don't play semantics with me, that's awesome. Holst, think of it this way. Every single one of our main party is or I just called him Holst, Balthus. Every single one of our main party is another Holst, so we've got a whole team of Holsts.
I won't allow our dream to be snuffed out by one who should be long dead. The coming battle will demonstrate to all the world the power that I, Constance von Nouvelle, wield.
I look forward to that.
You shall know it when you see it.
Oh, this is the walkway. We do that every time.
I can't let my
Whoops.
grandpa die. I don't know what to do. I came here with my grandpa, but then he fell down, and now he's not moving anymore.
Jesus. You serious? Well, that's depressing. My God. Where's your mother?
My mommy and daddy went to a field. They're still not back yet.
Wow, that's one of the most depressing interactions we've ever had on an Explore session. That's more depressing than after we freaking talked to the children who we saved from that town where everybody went mad because of those who slither. Like, what the hell, man? The writers were feeling depressed that day, huh? My God. Oh, Grandpa fell down. Is he dead? He's dead. He didn't move anymore. Jesus. Oh, man. Why did I choose Christmas to piss everybody off? All right, not everybody. The Big Edie fans. Sorry to ruin your Christmas if you're a Big Edie fan. I didn't mean to.
I
try not to think about what would happen if Lady Rhea were harmed. I can't bear the thought of it. I'm not sure why the Fell King Nemesis picked right now to come back to life. But it makes me angry, that's for sure. Let's kick him back down into the dirt where he belongs.
So, when Talus sent the bombs to self-destruct his little city, that's probably what weakened that sill, right? You have to imagine that those who slither have been trying to break that sill for all of time. Turns out they just needed to nuke it? Hit it with some bombs? Or is there something else going on? Is there a specific reason why he was able to break out
Ghosts
now?
rising up from the ancient ruins.
I wonder if they'll answer that question. I kind of suspect
No
they
matter
won't.
how hard we push back, they don't stop coming. They're persistent. I'll give them that.
I miss you, Shamir.
Everyone in Fódlan's united, but the what's-her-faces in the dark or whatever won't let up. Let's get rid of them right away.
What's their faces in the dark? I like that.
We gotta get some training in so we can crush them. There's not a lot of time, but I'm afraid we won't win if we don't train.
Professor,
I thought the fighting was over, but it seems I will have the honor of fighting beside you a while yet. I may just be a humble soldier, but I will give everything I have for the defense of Fódlan.
Okay. Just me and Claude, let's do this. Come on, Byleth. He's going over. Ooh, we made it. Oh, he almost went over. Aren't I supposed to have a quest for something this month? Where is it?
Hey, you.
When do we get to do the ring?
Really?
Is there's not an extra month in this, is there? This is the last chapter, isn't it?
I can feel a weight in the air. It is different from before. I do not know this Nemesis person, except what I have been reading. But I am not of Fódlan. My knowledge of this person is very little. Even so, I feel that I can understand it. I know that our enemy has great strength. I am feeling great fear for this battle. I have belief in you, Professor. Together, we will not be losing.
Damn right.
The King of Liberation? The Fell King? His name is Nemesis, right? And he was hidden away for over 1,000 years. Wow, that's a really long time all to himself. But that doesn't make him worth admiring, no matter how much I envy him.
You'd like to be shut away for 1,000 years?
Maybe. Is that a trick question?
Alright, that was awesome.
Right.
Maybe.
Okay, we need to use those stat up items. We've been sitting on them a bit, huh?
No.
Oh, why do I not remember any of the buttons today? Alright, nobody's in the dorms. That's what I was trying to check. So, lately I have not been playing a lot of games just like that aren't on the channel. Like everything that I've been playing has been on the channel. But every once in a while I just like pick something super casual that I play. Right now it's Littlewood. That game is amazing. Very addictive.
When can we finally put this dreadful war behind us?
It's kind of like a Stardew Valley sort of deal. And I love Stardew Valley. I've put hundreds of hours into that game. Let's end it with the next battle, girl.
That would be wonderful. Imagine the last moment of combat, then peace. It sounds like a fairy tale.
Well, maybe we can achieve peace for the rest of our lifetime at the very least, huh?
Where children can grow up happy and safe. I keep thinking the war is near its end, then when can...
What are you doing?
What does it look like? I'm meditating.
Oh, sorry to disturb you.
Just when I think the war is over, it starts right back up again. This is the second time that's happened. Meditating is all I can do to hold myself together right now.
Yeah. Professor, I just have to say thanks. For everything. I'm on high alert today, so don't you worry about a thing. This mysterious military force approaching Garreg Mach. Is it true that Nemesis is with them? It was Nemesis who led the 10 elites against St. Saros. It's the stuff of legend. But this time he won't have the 10 elites on his side, right? He won't, right?
Oh. I didn't even think about that. What if the other 10 elites were raised or sealed away like he was? What if they all had the blood of their, whoever it is of their weapon that they had? What if they also can live really long lives like the rest of those who slither? Huh. I didn't think about that, but seems definitely possible, doesn't
I'd
it?
be able to move a lot of merchandise with a big sale to commemorate the beginning
Interesting
of the
thought.
new age of peace. But until you've taken care of Nemesis, I'm just going to have to maintain my usual prices.
Right.
Gotta love how I'm still insistent on picking up everything, even in the last chapter when it probably doesn't matter that much.
Seems like the war is gonna end soon. Once the dust settles, it'll be back to rolling in fat stacks of gold for me.
Fat stacks.
Hey, how about a favor? Welcome. Come back soon.
85 smithing stones? Yeah, we're good.
Professor?
So, nothing but unsettling news lately. One crisis after another. My fellow soldiers all seem strangely calm about it. Perhaps it's just because we all believe in you so much. With you around, we know everything will work out.
Professor!
A turning point in history can also be a chance for profits. At least that's what I thought. But it's not working out that way. And now we have Nemesis to contend with. I can't catch a break. For our sake, please be victorious. If you lose, everything we've worked so hard for will have been for nothing.
Okay, what is with everybody being so obsessed with the money situation and all of this? They're just like, this situation sucks because money.
A sudden invasion from Nemesis has plunged the Alliance territories into complete disarray. Against such overwhelming strength, my father and his forces had no choice but to retreat.
At least he's alive. I'm glad he survived.
It was certainly prudent for him to avoid a fruitless death, but as things stand, he will not leave much of an impression on history. So, that falls to me. I will do all that I can for the future of Fódlan and the glory of House Gloucester.
Good for you, man.
Hello. I thought there was no reason to fight anymore. That was a bit naive, I suppose. I guess it'll be a while longer before I can see my family again. But it's worth it for the sake of Fódlan's future.
I do like the way that Lorenz has progressed. His pompousness has like gone down and his leadership has gone up. I mean, we've had 2 months in a row where he's been down here, surrounded by a group of people. Claude was here last month too, but like Lorenz is actually working with the people a lot. He's like, look at this, it falls to me. Like, they're voicing their concerns, and he is just reassuring them. Like, that's what a good leader does. So, like, respect to my man Lorenz. People were right. He does improve so much. And this route really, really shows that off a lot more than any other did, right? Because I think that in Black Eagles we did recruit him, and like I didn't get this same impression from him, right? Like I saw some improvement through his supports, but like we get a different look in Golden Deer. So respect.
Hey, Professor. Have you heard from Claude? He says he's gonna throw a feast if we win the next battle. Enough food to clean out the stores.
That sounds great, my man.
So I'm super motivated to win. I'm gonna train every muscle I got. I'm coming for you, Nemesis. I'm coming for you, Feast.
One-track mind, this guy. One-track mind. Gotta love him, though.
Professor, just when we think we're in the clear, the legendary Fell King resurrects. Who'd have thought it? Can you handle this getting any weirder? I don't know if I can.
I can sympathize.
I don't know how much of this Nemesis guy is a legend, and how much is true, but I know this. I mean, I'll still fight like I want to die, because that's worked so far, and why change at this late date, right? And if I'm right, and I don't die, would you go have dinner with me sometime?
You never stop, do you, Sylvain?
Hey, you.
Teacher, the javelins of light that destroyed Fort Merceus. They are what destroyed Shambhala. They were trying to shroud the city in darkness. Perhaps they were planning to swallow us up in that same darkness. Maybe the javelins of light were a signal to Nemesis, to awaken him from his long slumber. What do you think, Professor?
So we're saying that sunlight is what opened the seal? Maybe. The question is why then they were keeping him sealed on purpose then at that point. Unless they didn't know that, but huh. Yeah, I don't know about that. I kind of think you might be way off the mark.
Oh, really?
I don't know.
Maybe I got a couple of things wrong, but I thought I was pretty close.
If this is the writer's way of trying to give us a reason,
we will be able to take down Nemesis.
That's
and
pretty.
Restore peace in Fódlan.
That's kind of lame. I'll be real with you. That's not a good explanation. They're probably not going to touch on it at all, other than that little dialogue right there. And it's like, but that doesn't really make sense unless we get like a reason why they wouldn't have. Why is he sealed away? Why didn't they wake him up earlier?
Lady Rhea was injured.
I hope we get an
happen?
answer.
Wasn't she supposed to be resting? I can't believe she'd put herself in danger by going into battle in that state. Oh, Goddess, please save Lady Rhea.
Hello.
I have to tell you.
We thought we'd taken down the mastermind of this war, and then the Fell King Nemesis shows up. Well, no matter what evil creatures we have to face, this old soul will keep defending Garreg Mach. Not only Garreg Mach, though. Also Lady Rhea. Also, you.
Good man, Eloise.
I think Gerald would be saying the same kind of thing if he were here right now.
I like that he views himself as like a big brother.
Did you hear? Our enemy is Nemesis.
Yeah, I heard. Judith, come on.
It sounds crazy, but there's no laughing it off. We must make our move before they reach the monastery.
I think I'm going to let this episode go long and do the entire explore session, because we're almost at an hour, but I ranted for a long time, and yeah, why not give you an extra long episode this time? So when are we going to get to give away this ring? Maybe they're... Am I misremembering? Do they just like event it later? I think they might just event it later, and I'm just misremembering. I always think that it's during the explore session, but I think it's just like it happens later.
Professor! I can hardly believe we're going to go up against Nemesis. Unfortunately, my doubt won't change the situation. There's nothing for it but to prepare for battle. We must protect Lady Rhea.
Okay. The Fell King Nemesis. I imagine he'll be a worthy opponent. How many foes have tasted my blade? He will be an excellent finale. We will be victorious, Professor.
Yeah, about that, Felix. I'm sorry you won't be on the field. Yes, we
Splendid.
will, though.
Let's do it.
Just when I thought bringing the Empire down would end the war, you had to fight where? Against whom? Everyone's all abuzz again. Could another conflict already be looming? Will this war ever end?
Hey, what a magnificent tale. It's enough to make your head spin. Rhea's real identity is Saint Seros, and the one who attacked us was Nemesis, the King of Liberation. On top of that, you've got the heart of the goddess in you. My flabber is completely gasted right now. But now isn't the time for standing around in disbelief. Nemesis has made it this far for a reason. If we aren't victorious, that's it for Fódlan's new dawn. The world will be forever shrouded in darkness. This is the final battle. Finally. My friend, please give it your all out there.
Oh, you know I will, buddy. You know I will. Once again, I'll just say it again, respect to Claude for actually seeking out the answers. Seeking the truth.
Shambhala is destroyed. But are they vanquished entirely, I wonder? Just as Kranya took Monica's form. Perhaps there are some others living above ground.
Quite possibly.
Once this battle is over, I still have much to see to. But right now, I should focus on the task at hand, on Nemesis.
We know of at least one, Cornelia.
As long as Nemesis stands, both my future and the future of Fódlan hang in the balance.
Who has apparently disappeared.
Professor!
My big brother challenged Nemesis. He knew he couldn't win. He just did it so that his friends could escape.
He's a good guy, sounds
He
like.
emerged from the battle with a terrible injury. It's a miracle he didn't die.
It's a miracle and an insult that we never even get a portrait for this guy, huh? Huh? I'm glad he made it.
Yes, me too. Dying to save someone else seems to defeat the purpose.
How can they talk
I
about him
wouldn't do
so
it.
damn much?
He's alive.
And we never
in
even
spite
get to
of
see
myself,
him.
I'm really proud of him.
Like, there are several quote-unquote characters that we should have seen in this. Like, we should have seen Caspar's dad as well. He's talked about a lot.
Please keep quiet. Rhea is sleeping right now. She does not appear to be very well. I beg of you.
Rhea's a sweetheart.
Please do everything you can to prevent an assault from Nemesis.
Absolute sweetheart.
Before the monastery was completed, there was a massive battle on the Tailteen Plains. In that battle, the warrior Seros defeated the fell king Nemesis and reclaimed the bones and heart of Sothis. Those make up the divine sword that you wield and the crest that you bear. Now, Rhea, Seros, lies helpless. The only one who can defeat this so-called King of Liberation is the inheritor of divine power. You have our full and unwavering support. Only you can do this. Please, save this world.
So yeah, the writers were really sloppy in that explanation about, like, she's the only survivor, and then they're like, and then she found the other survivors. Clearly these two are two of the other survivors, and then there are three others that we know of, right? The three beasts that we've sort of run into through some of the paralogs and whatnot. So yeah, there's 5 of them. And maybe only the ones that are listed, the 4 that are the saints, that are like, that we have those, the saint statues. I think those are the ones that really helped her the most. So Indek, obviously, and then Keyhole, and what was your name again? Sethleen. Sethleen, Keyhole, Indek, and what was the 4th one? We'll look at the statue when we go over there. And then there was another beast that we ran into, right? So there was the paralog, Leonie's paralog, and then we ran into another of the beasts in Claude's paralog, and then what was the other one? I know there's one more, isn't there? Is there one more? The flying one, the beast in Leonie's paralog, and Lynn's paralog. Is there another one? Somebody help me out in the comments. My brain is just that bad.
Well...
So we're defending Fódlan's future, huh? Kinda makes my mercenary ambitions feel pretty small. So I'll think about my promise to Captain Gerald to protect you instead. That'll be my reason to fight.
Thank you.
If I can get you through this in one piece, that's just as good as defending Fódlan's future, isn't it? I just hope he's watching.
Shambhala, an underground city with an entirely different lineage than the goddess? Strange phenomena, driven by a source totally alien to the crest that we understand. Most unsettling. Could it be magic? Some manner of technology? I would like to know the truth of it all. Very much so. I want to know their history, their knowledge. Why do you
Very much
suppose they
technology
chose this
based.
place to occupy?
I don't know. Probably just to be close to their enemy.
I intend to carry out multiple excavations around the city. There is so much to learn. Yet, First, we face battle with a king who has defied
They
time.
really should have just fled to some other part of the world,
Yes,
far away from
the
Fódlan,
excavations
and
can
just
wait, I think.
lived out their long lives in peace, but they wanted revenge.
Let's see. I got the gist of it from Claude. Those who slither in the dark. They seem to be descended from humans who were forced deep underground after the goddess defeated them.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
They were trying to wipe out the goddess and her followers in hopes of taking back the surface. That's why they called themselves saviors. To their mind, they were.
So yeah, we have to remember, I think, that, like, that humanity was the one who first started the war against the progenitor people. They were defeated, then they came back for revenge, slaughtered everybody.
Really?
And then after Saros used other people, like so she lied to the people. I mean, was it other humans, when she beat Nemesis, was it other humans that she was working with? It would have had to have been, right?
Well...
There had to have been a lot of other people in humanity on her side when she fought Nemesis and the 10 elites.
We went through all that trouble to finish the war, and now we have to fight again? What does this Nemesis fellow have against Garreg Mach anyway?
A huge vendetta, that's for sure.
Against Garreg Mach? That doesn't make much sense at all. At any rate, I'll do what I can to defend the monastery and Lady Rhea.
Is Lady Rhea okay? She was quite weakened to start, and then she took all those heavy injuries. I don't want to imagine it, but what will happen if Lady Rhea passes away like this?
We'll cross that bridge if we come to it.
I suppose you're right. Come what may, we should all combine our talents and defend the peace of Fódlan.
Annie and Flayn have, like, a similar sort of, like, just absolute sweetness to them, don't they?
Really?
How you doing, Marianne?
Well, just when we thought we made it to the end, another enemy approaches. Can we be sure this battle is the last one?
Well, this is it, I think.
I think you're right.
We hope.
Just a little further to the end. Come on, Professor. We have to win.
It would be very cool if there was another chapter after this that I wasn't expecting. I don't think that's going to be the case, but
once
it's
Lady
possible.
Rhea is fully recovered, she will resume her role as the Archbishop of the Church. Once she's in her rightful place, we'll need a sovereign to lead all of Fódlan. I think you or Claude would be ideal.
Hello there.
Okay. It's everybody. Alright, the only things on the list are Annie, Claude, Ferdinand, and Marianne. We won't get to see the end of these lines, but we'll see what we can do here. We have no supports to go through right now. So, let's see. Yeah, Annie, Claude. Let's find that one. And then Marianne and Ferdinand.
That smell.
Eating alone...
delicious.
Okay, do we need to do supports? Everybody's good? So, we won't worry about doing any more of that. We'll do lots of training. Nice, we got to the bee. There might be a chance, maybe if we did an explore session every single weekend.
Mind if I join you?
Sure, but I'm finished eating. You're here late. Busy day?
Very. I got caught up thinking about your song. I find it really makes the time fly.
So you didn't manage to forget about that. I really wish you would.
Alas, I cannot. That song is engraved on my soul. The lyrics, they echo in my brain, begging to be understood. Those words represent the cry of a poor soul who died in anguish. Is that it? That's it, isn't it?
No. You're putting way too much meaning in it, Claude. His search for answers has gone too far.
The cry of a poor soul?
A land that's dark and frigidly cold. That could only mean the underworld. In my search for truth,
Wasn't she
I
singing
read
about
up on the old
bugs
rituals
in
of
the
eastern regions of Fargus? Those who die with regret are thought to end up in an underworld of sorts. Somewhere cold, somewhere dark, somewhere creepy. To escape from their bitter limbo, they dig their way up through the earth, trying to find the surface, or the light, in other words. And so they creep about endlessly in the cold dirt of the underworld, clinging to their hopeless desire. Creepity creep, Annette. Creepity creep.
You know, they did this on purpose, but it totally fits into those who slither as well, doesn't it? But yeah, she was singing about bugs, bro.
So, was I right, or was I right?
You were so off.
What? No, you're not even close. It wasn't supposed to be a dark and miserable song at all.
Huh. Now that I think about it, the melody and dance didn't really match the weight of the lyrics.
The lyrics are simply about seeds pushing out of the ground to become sweet little buds.
Oh, okay. I thought she was singing about bugs.
They creep through the dirt until they find the light. The song just describes what it's like to be a budding flower.
Damn, that is good stuff. Okay, maybe I read too much into it. Actually, now that you've explained, it really is a nice little song. Creepity creep, the gentle journey from the ground to the surface. I love it.
Do you think it's embarrassing that I made up such a silly song?
Not at all. Oh, but that reminds me. I was so inspired by Creepity Creep that I made up some lyrics of my own. I've been nonchalantly carrying them around with me, hoping to run into you. Would you mind taking a look?
Oh, of course. Let's see here. Walking with purpose and a steady stride, lively and bright and full of pride.
Oh,
Crying, laughing, and blazing ahead. Why worry about tomorrow?
Is that a song about him?
Eat instead. So, what would you say this song is about, Claude?
Oh, Annette. Sweet Annette. This time it's your turn to decipher its meaning. Let me know when you've figured it out.
Oh, wait. Did he say that he wrote that about her? I must not have been paying close enough attention. All right, Marianne and Ferdinand. Maybe we can finish these. I mean, if we do an explore session every single week, we could probably do it.
Marianne, are you not going to pray?
Just depends on if I want to try and get another level out of people, or if I want to train every single weekend and work a little bit on these supports.
It's fine, Ferdinand. You did nothing wrong.
Last time we spoke, I did not quite finish saying what I wanted to say. You say I did nothing wrong, so perhaps you will hear me out this time?
Very well. What is it?
Rather than mourning the way things are, is it not better to accept reality and move forward from there?
Accept and move forward?
Precisely. You curse your heritage and reject your present situation. That makes you gloomy, even despairing. As long as you are held back by that way of thinking, nothing is ever going to change.
What about you? Do you really believe that you accept whatever comes in life?
I do. Come what may, I will never falter.
How?
Well, each person is born with a purpose. We must fulfill that purpose. No matter our circumstances, it imbues our lives with meaning and direction. That is what I believe, anyway. Everyone has something they are meant to accomplish. That is true for nobles, commoners, even bandits.
I see. So that's what you believe. Do you really think it's possible that someone like me has a purpose to fulfill?
Yes, of course.
Oh. I'll give this some serious thought. Thank you, Ferdinand. Your words have deeply moved me.
Is that so? How wonderful. I will pray that you find the answers you seek.
He's a genuinely nice guy, but like I just have an issue with him that like probably nobody else does. Like, he's a nice guy, like most people probably love him, but I don't know. I find him to be kind of boring. Like, everything about him is so predictable to me for some reason. And I think that's what it is. It's just like, okay, he's just this trope, and I can read into it at every turn. But I don't know, I feel like people really do like Ferdinand, and for good reason. For good reason. He just is not that interesting of a character to me. What do I want to work on with my training? Did we get to S rank with our sword? Or are we just on the verge? Okay, we did get to S rank, so we probably shouldn't work on that. There's almost no way we would be able to get to an S+. So let's work on reason. Lots of reason. Alright, so where are... Happy and Dorothea might be able to, but I might be beyond them at this point.
Meditating
depends on where I had their goals. Yeah.
I keep thinking, when can we...
So...
Oh, I still hate this grid system. It, like, just does not function the way you would want it to. Okay, where is everybody? That's right, they're out here.
Just a little... Hey, you. Oh. Come what may. We went through... What is this?
Damn, man.
Could I trouble you?
Oh, I forgot to go and talk to a whole room back there. We should probably go do that, huh? What do you think?
I am yet...
Alright, who was over on that side? Ignatz.
Oh.
When you think of it, as one approaches the end of a war, the sacrifices only grow larger, don't they? The winning side musters their forces and attempts to strike a decisive blow, while those of the losing side make desperate attempts to turn the war in their favor. Neither side will give. I only wish we'd consider those who lose their lives in that struggle.
We're far from safe ourselves.
Yes, exactly my point. Let's be careful to ensure we don't lose our own lives, Professor. The winning... Well, Niders.
It seems as long as they're around, we can expect... It seems that there are some Shambhala loyalists in Nemesis's forces. As long as they're around, we can expect them to continue with their cruel experiments.
Let's wipe them out then.
Yes, we have to. It's the only way to ensure nobody else will go through what I went through. We must obliterate them in the next battle. It's the only recompense for Edelgard's death.
Fódlan is essentially no more. We have nothing standing between us and Nemesis. If we're defeated, the whole land will be in great danger. We have no choice but to stake our lives on stopping the enemy.
Life can be tough, you know. But if you've got your friends to help you through, it can be a lot easier. Maybe you butt heads sometimes, but that's okay. That's how you build bonds, right? And I've got friends, Professor, plenty of those. It's true love that seems to have passed me by.
There's still hope. You got this, girl.
But where is my true love to be found? Where is my ray of hope? At this point, I'm just hoping you stay single too. Then at least we can share each other's misery.
Rude.
Yes. The King of Liberation wakes after 1,000-year slumber. Feels like I'm living a nightmare.
Feel the same way?
You too. I hope you're not following my lead on this one, Professor. Maybe this Nemesis who's attacking us isn't even the real thing. Either way, the damage and death he's causing are real enough. I will fight to protect those who need it.
I hear some super strong and evil fellas are after Lady Rhea. She just barely made it back to Garreg Mach, and then this has to go and happen? I'll protect Lady Rhea as best I can. And you're gonna do the same thing, aren't you, Professor? Yeah, I know you will. Cut him down, Professor. Get every last one of those guys.
So, like, this is a continuation of the cycle a little bit, right? Like, we're now going to obliterate them. Now, one of the major differences is that humanity is vibrant above ground. So it's like, it's not that we're taking out all of humanity, which is kind of like how it's been, right? So humanity attacks, and the progenitors, the children of the progenitor god, destroy most of humanity. Then they come back and destroy almost all of the progenitors, and now at this point, Seiros is working with the humanity, which is descendants of those who slither, supposedly, right? And yeah, yeah. But we're destroying only that sect of them that, you know, have this grudge against us. So it is a little bit different, but it sort of like sounds and feels like it's almost the same cycle, right? But it's not. It definitely is different, so we can't really say that. But I feel like people are going to try to argue that as like a point towards Edie and against us, but I don't know if I could go with that.
Please keep quiet. Rhea is sleeping right now. I beg.
Before the monastery, in that battle, those now you have.
Maybe that should be my goal, but not that many people can actually train me in authority, so I don't know if we'd be able to get to S rank, so yeah. Because I don't think that he might be the only one who can train us in authority. There might be somebody else that I'm not thinking of, but alright, well, this is where we're going to end this episode. So it's a little bit longer today, but I felt like it was appropriate. So thank you all for being here. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and do chat with me in the comments about what you think about some of the lore stuff that happened today. If you want to rebut my my rant about Edie and throw some points at me that maybe I wasn't thinking about, please feel free to do so. If you want to add any support to that with some points that I didn't think about, go ahead and add those too. So I just like to have a conversation about it. Now that we have a little bit more information, I'd love to have that discussion in a little bit more detail, so feel free. And once again, just remember, for Christmas, all I want is for you to go and check out, an episode 1 of one other series outside of Fire Emblem. All right, well, have a good one, everybody.